A 3-year-old boy is constantly teetering on the edge of life and death because of an unknown force. Can the psychics stop it? Don't miss out. The clairvoyance will expose a killer from beyond. You are watching Psychic Investigations, a project of true and astonishing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate resonant criminal cases and unbelievable mystical phenomena. This woman, with the rare name of Yutta, lives in a picturesque town near Kiev. She's an economist by profession, but she's currently on maternity leave, raising her young son Emil. But since the boy's birth, peace has eluded her because something is constantly threatening her son's life.
The last thing that happened was when he was running and fell flat, splitting his forehead almost to the bone. They had to put in 4 stitches.
He can't ride in a car. The moment he gets in, he's sick and faints.
He suffered so much in such a short life.
Yutta's family and friends are convinced. What's happening to 3-year-old Emil simply can't be a coincidence.
It's normal for kids to have small accidents, but this many? This is simply impossible.
I don't know what to do. Something mystical is happening to my son.
To save her son's life, Yutta turned to Hala Polishchuk and Zhanna Shulakova.
I used to be a school teacher. I worked with children for many years, so I feel them very deeply.
When someone dies, people mourn them. But here, it's quite the opposite. It's like someone dead is mourning someone still alive. This whole situation seems illogical to me, you see?
I agree. I've got chills down my spine.
The psychics arrive at Yutta's apartment. She lives here with her son. Emil's biological father left the family when the boy was just a few months old.
I see how much my son loves him. He cries for him and wants him back.
Yutta is raising the boy alone. Her father has passed away, and her mother is chronically ill. She's got no one to lean on. Emil is her only joy and comfort. Yutta says she won't survive if something happens to him.
Thank you so much for coming.
May we take a moment to tune in to begin our work? Emil, come to me.
Look what I've got.
Catch it, like a little mouse. Catch it. Got the mouse, huh? Hold it.
Do you like it?
Yes.
There are practically no major lines, you understand? At this age, the lines usually form and converge in the center of the palm, but he has almost none.
As if he hasn't fully entered this life.
The fact that this boy is walking on a razor's edge and could die at any moment is undeniable. The question is, why is this happening? When I consulted my cards, I saw the line of loneliness. I sense that your husband, the boy's father, is quite aggressive.
Yes, he is.
It turned out Yutta's ex-husband did, in fact, raise his hand against her.
He started hitting me. And each time it got worse. He could hit me even while I was holding Emil in my arms. He was only a baby then. I even began to fear that one day he might strike the baby.
Yutta filed for divorce to save her son.
My son is everything to me. He's my best. He's the dearest to me. I can't imagine life without him. If something happens to him, I don't know. I think I'd do something to myself.
Yutta, I feel there was love. Where did it go?
He was my first love and I was his. We dated for 6 years.
Yutta and her future husband, Andrei, started dating in school. At 19, she became pregnant. They married, but after the wedding, Andrei changed completely.
I was sitting at home, pregnant and crying, while he was out having fun. I'd leave, but he'd beg me to come back. But after a week, it would repeat.
I see two shadows near the child, both male energies. Those are two spirits trying to influence him.
One is an older man and the other is young. That's what I'm sensing.
Both spirits emerged not more than a year and a half ago. I think one of them is Yutta's brother, who for some reason is no longer alive.
This apartment was originally bought for my brother. We planned to move him in, but a few days before that happened, while the paperwork was still in progress, he died.
Yutta's brother, Oleksiy, died suddenly 2 years ago. He went to sleep and never woke up. He was only 28.
The doctors found nothing that could kill him.
What I see is something black and shapeless leaning over the man, gripping him with two massive claws on the shoulders, pressing him into the bed. He can't breathe. He's suffocating.
What force took Yutta's brother's life? And is it connected to the misfortunes that are plaguing her son?
An older man.
Their energies are very similar.
Since the man I sense is older, I suspect it's your father. Has he passed?
Yes.
Yutta's father died last year. Strangely, his death was just as mysterious as her brother's.
He wasn't feeling well and asked to be hospitalized. Later, they said he screamed in pain. He felt pain in his lungs or chest. They gave him a sedative, and he fell asleep and never woke up.
Strangely, the doctors never found the cause of death.
They diagnosed him with suspected tuberculosis. But later, after the scans, the TB specialist told us he didn't have it.
I feel that both your brother and father were taken by the same force from the other side. And the force is very similar to the one now looming over your son.
I often dream about my brother and father. In one dream, they put me and my son in a car and drove us somewhere. I didn't resist. I knew that if something happened to me, Emil wouldn't survive either because, truth be told, nobody else but me needs him.
Spirits from the other world never come for no reason. The journey from the world of the living to the world of the dead and back is long and difficult. There must be a powerful cause to cross that boundary. The spirits kept calling me, come with us. Come to our ancestral home.
I'd like to see your parents' apartment.
It's time for Emil to sleep. My friend is coming to put him down so we can go to that place. My father, grandmother, uncle, and grandfather lived in that house. I spent my entire childhood there.
After her father's death, Yutta's mother fell ill. Her older sister took her in. They sold the house, and it now has new owners.
I sense something dark coming through your father. I feel he may have cheated on your mother. There was another woman near him.
That woman came to our mother and asked her to let him go.
This happened about 20 years ago. A woman came to Yutta's mother with a baby in her arms. She claimed the baby was fathered by Yutta's dad and asked to release him from the family.
That woman either had magical abilities herself or visited someone who did. She tried to pull him away from the family. She cast a love spell on your father.
Yutta doesn't know about this, but soon after, her father did leave the family.
You know, if someone targeted your father, they likely targeted your mother too, as she was with him. She was supposed to feel it, as when that happens, you can even rot alive. Your skin is covered in psoriasis, ulcers, and so on.
My mother had psoriasis.
How horrible. Did the father's mistress really cast a spell to steal him? And did it affect her mother's health? But why do the clairvoyants see the spirits of Yutta's father and brother next to little Emil?
They are trying to either take him or give us a warning.
The dead are showing something is wrong.
The father died because of love magic cast by his mistress. But I'm still unsure as for the brother. Could his death be somehow connected to what's happening with the boy? I believe we need to visit the place where your brother was at the time of his death.
I'll show you.
Alexei lived on the neighboring street, in the house of Yutta's sister, Anna.
Hello?
This is my sister Anna.
I'm Zhanna.
Please come in.
Thank you.
Having attuned to the energy of the house, Zhanna Shulakova steps into the yard. She didn't explain where her instincts were leading her.
Ой-ой.
What did you feel out there?
There's a hanging man.
A man hanged himself in the shed.
It turned out that 6 months before Yutta's brother Alexei died, another tragedy struck the family. Anna's husband, 30-year-old Oleg, hanged himself.
I don't see any crisis or misfortune around him.
Everything was fine.
Oleg ended his life on the 3rd day after Yutta's wedding, when the entire family was planning a dinner party.
I still can't understand what happened. It was so sudden. I woke up and went to work, and then our neighbor ran over and said, "Anna, your Oleg hanged himself."
There are 2 houses on this property. That day, the neighbor went to tidy up the yard. She entered the shed to get a broom and found Oleg hanging from a beam. The reason for his suicide remains unknown. But after his mysterious death, Anna began having strange dreams.
You were warned that your brother would be taken. You should have dreamed it. It's a threshold between sleep and waking.
There were moments.
After Oleg died, Anna told me he appeared in her dreams and said, "I'll take Alexei with me."
It's pure mysticism. Did Oleg somehow take Alexei to the other side?
I don't understand it fully, but these 2 souls, they're deeply intertwined.
Even their dates matched. My husband was born on the 13th, and my brother on the 26th. My husband died on the 26th, and my brother on the 13th. Same numbers.
They weren't related by blood, but he treated him like a brother.
They shared something.
If people were close relatives in a past life, their souls will seek each other again in future lives.
My cards immediately showed they served together. It's connected to the sea. I believe Oleg and Alexei were fishermen in a past life, sailing together on the same vessel. They both likely carried a memory of the sea they couldn't explain.
I know one thing. Oleg always said, "Let's go to the sea." And after he died, I dreamed I was at the sea, and he was there too. He took my hand and said, "Let's go home." I pulled away and said, "No, I won't go." Then I woke up and he was gone.
It's as if they swore loyalty to each other, a blood bond. I see a storm. One falls overboard and the other stays. He jumps in the water to save him, but they both die. That bond carried into this life, and I fear it continues after death.
It's unbelievable. Could this be true? Did the psychics truly sense what happened to these men in a past life? But how does this connect to what's happening to 3-year-old Emil?
My intuition tells me that Oleg's mysterious suicide is somehow connected to the danger constantly threatening Yutta's son.
Let's go back to the apartment and see the boy.
I've decided to create an astrological birth chart for the boy to understand what kind of force is threatening him and how it might be connected to the late Oleg.
Hala Polishchuk is also an astrologer. With special software, she calculated the planetary positions on Emil's birthday.
This is what the chart looks like. The threat comes to your child through a specific man. The threat to the boy's life appeared even before his birth. It happened during some kind of celebration, possibly even Yutta's wedding. That's why Zhanna and I asked for her wedding photo.
Yes, of course.
There's something wrong with the wedding. What's this? Look at the photo.
Uh-huh.
There's a glowing spot.
It looks like tears.
Oh God, right over us.
My goodness.
It's a wedding photo. It shows Yutta with her groom and her sister with her husband, Oleg.
There are 2 streaks on Oleg's face, like tears flowing down.
I've never seen a crying photo.
This is what I told you, the dead mourning the living.
What does it mean?
And then it hit me. Oleg's spirit was the magical force trying to take the boy to the other side.
He's just nearby, you understand?
He's attached to the boy.
The boy's deceased uncle is trying to pull him to the other side. But why?
He wanted a family so deeply. For him, family wasn't just a woman nearby. It meant children. He longed for children in that family.
Oleg was orphaned at a young age and had to carve out his own path in life. He earned a living doing apartment renovations and dreamed of having a child. Perhaps because he grew up without parents, he wanted to give a child what he himself had been denied.
Oleg really wanted children. He loved kids deeply. Sadly, he and Anna couldn't have any. Something just didn't work.
Anna and Oleg lived in a civil union for nearly 10 years, yet they never became parents. Doctors were baffled, as both were perfectly healthy. Over time, the couple lost all hope of having children. So when Yutta became pregnant, the family was overjoyed. At last, the house would echo with a child's laughter. No one was happier than the future uncle, Oleg.
He showed more initiative toward my unborn son than his own father. Whenever I visited, he'd lie down next to me and listen to my belly.
It's remarkable, but the man treated someone else's son almost as his own. He waited for his birth and dreamed of walking with the boy and playing with him. And most surprisingly, raising him.
Maybe he thought your relationship with the child's father wasn't going well. Maybe he believed you'd end up alone. Maybe he hoped to help raise the boy himself.
When Yutta was 6 months pregnant, her relationship with Emil's father deteriorated. She wanted marriage, but he wasn't rushing to propose. Dark thoughts began to cloud her mind.
There was a time I was even thinking of having an abortion.
Pregnant by someone who didn't seem to want to marry her, she lost all hope. Her sister and brother-in-law stepped in to help.
He begged me not to terminate the pregnancy. He said, "If you don't want this baby, Anna and I will take him. We'll raise him. Please give birth for us."
For him, it was probably the greatest joy imaginable. He treated Emil like his own son. I mean, he was looking forward to his birth. It was the meaning of his life, that's all.
But that dream of fatherhood was never fulfilled. Unexpectedly, Andrei proposed to Yutta. They married, and the boy had a legal father.
That wedding was a turning point. Oleg realized he would never raise Yutta's son. His joy and euphoria turned into despair and depression. Thoughts of suicide began to surface. You got married, and that was it. Do you understand his state of mind? He left this world thinking about your son.
And that bond with Oleg, it's critical. He was energetically attuned to the boy and emotionally tied to him.
Oleg was a loving man, someone who longed to love. But when love becomes selfish, what do? We say, "Come to me, I want to be with you."
You see, Oleg died by suicide. His soul didn't go to heaven or hell. It's trapped between the worlds, restless and lost, and it's clinging to the boy's soul and body. But he doesn't want Emil to die. He just wants to be near him. And every time he succeeds, the boy is drawn closer to the other side. That's why the threat of death is constant.
A love spell turned the family's life into hell. If only a woman in love knew that she would have to pay for love magic with children's lives. Welcome to Psychic Investigations, a channel of true investigations where people who call themselves psychics investigate paranormal phenomena and tangled criminal cases. Today's story is about an eerie series of children's deaths in a family. It all started after two famous clairvoyants, Olena Kurilova and Rubina Tsibulska, were on their way out of a hotel in one of the western Ukrainian towns.
Alina, look. There's a dead girl over there. She's holding something in her hands. It's fire. She's saying something. Help me, help me. She was murdered, and her sister is going to be murdered soon, too. She says she won't let me go until I help her. Let me check it with my mirror. Oh my God. Ooh.
It's terrifying. The clairvoyant almost fainted. What did she see in there?
Darkness. I follow a path. And then I hear a child crying. I turn towards the crying and see something like a cell or a dungeon in front of me. There are 3 girls inside. I understand I have to save them. A woman emerged in front of me. She said, "Don't touch them, they were sold to me."
I don't get it. Is it some kind of child slavery?
I don't know.
Rubina Tsibulska's temperature suddenly rose. She was taken to her room, where a doctor could examine her. Meanwhile, Olena Kurilova decided to work on the site where her colleague had seen the girl's spirit.
I see the girl. She's little and fair-haired. She's holding some kind of cup or bowl in her hands. And in it, there's something burning. A prayer. It's written in Arabic. I've seen Hayal use a similar bowl.
Olena Kurilova called the Azerbaijani clairvoyant.
It sounds like an ancient Muslim ritual that I personally use to summon spirits. However, a child can't carry out such a complicated ritual on their own.
I need your help.
Hayal Alekperov agreed immediately. On his way there, he decided to tune in to check on the dead girl and her death.
My jinns are telling me Don't be afraid of her who looks into the lake full of chimeras. She's innocent.
Back then, we couldn't even imagine what the psychic's vision meant and how all this story would end.
Hello, Olena. How's Rubina?
The doctors gave her an injection and she's sleeping.
Show me where you saw the dead girl.
She was here, right at this place.
Her name is Ksenia. She says she will show me where I can find out about her murder.
The psychic went to the neighboring street, where he stopped in front of one of the apartment buildings.
The girl's spirit is pointing at the window of that apartment on the first floor.
Hello?
My name's Hyle.
Svetlana?
I see you're quite surprised.
Yes, I am surprised.
A girl's spirit brought us to your apartment. She's about 7 or 8. Her name is Ksenia. Do you know who it could be?
It's my daughter.
Did your daughter die? When did it happen?
2 months ago. She had problems with her heart.
I couldn't get it. If the girl's heart stopped, then why did she claim she'd been murdered and her sister was going to be murdered soon too?
Svetlana invited the psychics in her late daughter's room.
The book is telling me that your daughter died because of her big heart. What could it mean?
Her heart was enlarged and she needed transplantation. The left ventricle didn't work. Only the right one was working in her heart. It was so.
It turned out that the Ukrainian media even wrote a story about Ksenia's mysterious ailment. There, she was literally called the big-hearted girl, as the 7-year-old schoolgirl's heart suddenly grew 4 times within just a month.
Everyone was shocked and nobody could do anything. It was a terrible disease. Ksenia was a very energetic girl. She loved dancing and did acrobatics.
The book says that your daughter was supposed to get help in the land of elephants. What does this mean?
We were supposed to go to India to have the transplantation surgery there. When we only learned she needed the transplantation, she could still breathe herself. She was on a drip, but she still played and drew. Then we found a medical center in India. They sent us documents confirming they were ready to admit use.
The parents were informed that the price of the surgery would be $100,000. The entire Ukraine participated in the campaign to raise funds for the girl.
I calmed down a little. Everyone put up with the fact that she'd undergo the surgery. Everything was going pretty well. After she woke up that morning, she was waiting for her dad, who was supposed to bring her a cake.
I feel that your daughter was reanimated several times.
Yes. The doctor said her heart had stopped 4 times, but he'd still managed to get it going. But on the 5th try, he could do nothing. Half an hour later, her heart stopped beating. This is how it ended.
I have a feeling that the reason for Ksenia's death wasn't purely medical. Some kind of otherworldly force had been hunting her. And before she died, she saw and felt it.
Not long before Ksenia died, she indeed began seeing a strange silhouette in her room.
3 months before it happened, she began crying bitterly at nights. Once the clock struck 12, she started crying. She woke up and, crying, tried to run somewhere.
The girl ran into her mom's bedroom and was so horrified that she couldn't even explain who she'd seen.
It was terrible. I thought we'd go to the church to attend the communion service. I thought it could help her.
However, the mother didn't have a chance to take her daughter to the church. Ksenia was admitted to the hospital, so Svetlana decided to go to the church and place a candle for her daughter's health.
But the candles fell to the floor from the candle holder. I was terribly shocked.
Svetlana says it was then that she realized that some evil spirit wanted to take her daughter to the other world.
Your daughter has returned to save her sister, Ivanka. I feel something terrible has been happening to her recently.
Recently, Ivanka, who is a year older than Ksenia, has also begun seeing somebody's shadow in her room. After that happens, the girl starts suffocating.
After I take her to my bed, she feels better and can sleep.
Doctors can't explain the reason behind Ivanka's strange fits of suffocation, and her mother fears she can lose her second daughter too.
Ivanka is the only child I have left. We fear so much to even think of the possibility of losing her. It's terribly hard.
Especially given that, lately, the mother has had the recurring dream of burying Ivanka.
I was afraid to tell anybody of this dream because you can't even describe how awful it is. We don't know what to do and where to go.
Svetlana, your daughter's spirit is here. She's smiling. And there are dimples on her cheeks. She's holding your hand.
She says, I come to visit you at night and put my hand on your face.
When I wake up, I have a feeling that she's next to me.
After little Ksenia died, she wishes to protect Ivanka from the murderous, otherworldly spirit.
The sisters shared the bedroom and attended the same school. They both did gymnastics and were inseparable. Their mother says it took her a while before she found the courage to tell Ivanka her sister was no more.
We didn't tell her. And only when I was back home after the funeral, Ivanka asked me, "Where's Ksenia?" I told her, "Do you know who angels are?" She said, "Yes, they live next to God in the heaven." And I told her, "Well, our Ksenia is also an angel now."
My jinns say the force that killed your daughter is related to a woman and a strange ritual she carried out.
At that moment, Rubina Tsibulska called the psychics and told them she knew the name of the woman who was hunting Svetlana's daughters.
Hello?
My mother's spirit visited me. She told me I had to look for a woman named Nina. She's dead. It's her who's hunting the children. And then Mom showed me the number, 25.
Who is Nina?
My mother.
Is your mother alive?
Yes.
Then who is Nina that died? Whose spirit is that?
I don't know.
Rubina's mother also showed her the number 25.
What was the date of Ksenia's death?
March 25th.
Svetlana, hold on. My jinns are telling me that the evil spirit visited you on that date.
It was also the day when my elder daughter, Nadia, drowned. 11 years ago, on March 25th, my girl drowned. She went to play with a boy and drowned in a pond.
Svetlana and her family lived in a house outside the town. There was a little pond on the house's grounds. It was where they found the body of 4-year-old Nadia.
My husband ran to pull her out. We tried to bring her back to life, but we didn't succeed.
Svetlana says that her little girl died within minutes, while she herself went inside to make sandwiches for the children.
Wait up. Ivanka almost drowned in that pond, too.
Yes, she fell in the water.
You saved Ivanka from death at the last moment.
I tried.
Was it like something dragged her in?
Yes.
What date was it?
March 25th.
Hayal, the 25th again?
It can't be. What kind of date is that? And why did Ivanka almost die, like both of her sisters, on March 25th?
I have a feeling that the grounds of the house you used to live in are literally soaked with necrotic energy.
In an hour, the psychics and Svetlana are in the village where the family used to live. Currently, the house stands empty. The pond has dried out and overgrown with grass. However, Svetlana still can't bear to look at this place.
This is the pond. In it, my eldest daughter drowned. It's so hard.
It's a great grief to lose 2 children.
I don't know what could take her here. She'd never approached it before. She didn't even know the path that led here.
A woman's spirit brought her here. First, she took Nadia's life, and then Ksenia's. I see a dark-haired woman. She's shouting out something that sounds like a curse. She says, if the children come here, they'll die.
Look at this wind.
It's unbelievable. No sooner had the psychics said something about the woman than the powerful wind rose. Could it be somehow related to the evil force that's been hunting the children?
Who is this woman?
She was our neighbor. We often had disagreements about the garden's boundary. She lived in this house.
Svetlana says the pond was on the boundary right between both estates, and the neighbor forbade anyone to approach it. She even threatened that otherwise their children would die.
We always fought over the boundary. She said, don't even approach here. It's my garden. That's it.
But after she died, you didn't abide. You used the pond and took water from it.
Yes.
I feel that your neighbor had magical abilities.
People feared her, claiming she was a witch.
The evil force lived in this pond. Your neighbor was the one who bound it to this place.
Some kind of negative energy was dumped in it.
And after that, Nadia died here, and Ivanka almost died.
Incredible. Is the dead neighbor the murderous woman who carried out the ritual and who the psychics have been looking for?
At that moment, I saw the neighbor standing in front of the pond, which was crawling with a huge number of spirits. She was holding a candle and whispering something. But it wasn't a spell, but a prayer. The woman was sealing the spirits in the water. What was the woman's name?
Hannah.
But we were supposed to find the dead woman named Nina. Could it be a mistake? Don't be afraid of her who looks into the lake full of chimeras. She's innocent. Does it mean she's not the murderer? But why was the pond full of evil spirits that got there because of her?
She was said to help people.
I know that many people arrived to see her.
The woman dumped all the negative energy from sick children into the pond, while her words that nobody could approach the pond weren't curses. It was a warning. I feel that right before she died. This woman sealed the pond. This is why there's no trace left of it.
But I don't understand whose spirit has been murdering your daughters. And why would it do it? Olena, let's go inside, quick. Ksenia's spirit is standing here. Little Nadia is with her, and Ksenia's holding another girl in her hands. It's a little baby.
One little coffin. 2, 3. 3 coffins. Who's the third?
I had another daughter, Olia. She was 7 months old.
So you had another daughter who died?
Yes.
What a spine-chilling story. Being only 36, this poor woman has already buried 3 daughters.
The youngest girl, she was 7 months old, got ill too. She had a bad cough. It was so strong that she suffocated. She was diagnosed with pneumonia. We went to the hospital. We spent a month there, and she seemed to have recovered and was fine, so we were discharged and could go home.
However, once the woman returned home with her daughter, the girl died. Little Olya's heart stopped.
I don't even remember the day when we came back home. I can't recall a thing, as we were all deeply shocked.
But I have a feeling that the girl died on the other date.
Yes.
Little Olya died 3 months after Nadia's demise, on June 30th. The mother says she doesn't even remember how that year passed.
I don't know how that year passed. It was like the time stopped for me. It was hard.
Does it mean it's got nothing to do with the date? Was it an awful coincidence? Svetlana, your daughter's spirit says we must visit her grave. There, we'll see who murdered Ksenia and her sisters.
15 minutes later, The psychics and Svetlana are at the graveyard. Rubina Tsibulska feels better now, so she's joined her colleagues.
At the girls' graves, I saw the woman that I'd felt at the beginning of the investigation. This woman saying that her name is Nina, and she's saying the phrase, "I took what belongs to me."
Ksenia's spirit is telling me that the woman was lonely and had no children while she was alive. And she and her sisters served as a recompense for the ritual that had been carried out on this woman's grave.
They were taken because of the magic of love. I see a young woman. She goes to a sorceress and says, "I love him. Make him be mine and nobody else's."
Svetlana, have you ever asked a sorceress to help you with your love life?
I haven't. I've never asked anybody to bring me love.
The sorceress says, "Go and don't worry, I will do it. I'll do it myself." Then she carried out the ritual at the graveyard. There are many ways to cast a love spell. One of such rituals is carried out at a graveyard. A sorceress uses it to ask a dead woman's spirit for love for her client.
When a love spell is put on a man to make him love a woman, the sorceress must find the grave of a woman with the same name as the woman who's ordered the ritual. Therefore, if the dead woman's spirit's name is Nina, then the client was also Nina.
The only Nina I know is my mother.
Svetlana, did your mother ask a sorceress for a love spell?
She indeed went to a sorceress once. That woman was a foreigner.
The sorceress promised Svetlana's mother love, but didn't warn her she would have to pay for it.
And now, the woman's spirit is taking what she lacked while she was alive. Children.
I don't believe it. I can't believe it.
Wait. I see a crescent on the sorceress' neck. The neighbor who helped your mother was a Muslim.
She could be a Muslim. She adhered to a different faith.
That sorceress carried out the same ritual for summoning spirits as I do, through fire.
Then I realized why Ksenia's spirit was holding a burning prayer in her hands.
I'm going to try to break up the contract, so at least Ivanka is well. Now your daughter's spirits are free. Ksenia says, "Mom, I have to go now."
Forgive me that I couldn't help you. Farewell, Ksenia. Thank you so much for your help. We'll hope we'll be all right.
A vengeful spirit in black is trying to kill a young mother of 2 children. Don't miss out. What is the ghost avenging, and why will the living woman seek forgiveness from her? This is Psychic Investigations, a project of true and shocking stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate tangled criminal cases and incredible paranormal phenomena. Natalia Nadilska from Ukraine sent our editorial team a video she filmed in her apartment. It allegedly shows a poltergeist that the woman claims has been haunting her.
I've never encountered anything like this before, and I'm terrified.
Natalia says she got a good look at the entity, and she's certain it's a woman's spirit that has taken up residence in her home.
Black eyes. Very long hair. And she wears a black robe. She's incredibly scary.
Initially, Natalia only saw the spirit. It first occurred almost 2 years ago when Natalia was alone in her apartment.
She stood right here, looking at me like this. I was so shocked that I froze, staring at her. She didn't disappear or move. She just kept staring at me. I quickly ran in to block the door with a stool and all the chairs. Then I was just sitting there, trembling.
Since then, the mysterious ghost has been appearing daily in Natalia's home, terrifying her.
I was standing here cooking when I heard someone breathing behind me. I turned around and saw a black shadow in the hallway.
According to Natalia, the unknown spirit appears in her home both day and night.
There were no drafts. Everything was closed. The door opened all the way here to the wall, and then closed. It felt like someone entered the room. I went to check, thinking maybe the kids did it, but they were asleep.
Natalia is 27 years old. She is and an excellent mother to her 2 sons, a first grader Vlad and younger Andrei, who recently turned 5.
She's a great mother. She's extremely attentive to her children.
After an unsuccessful marriage, Natalia raised her sons on her own for some time. But recently, she met a man she fell in love with. Her fiancé is currently working abroad, and her fear for her children only grows, especially since both sons have also started seeing the unknown ghost.
My younger one ran to me screaming, "A scary woman! She's all dark!" He didn't speak for 3 days after that.
Natalia is currently taking Andrei to see a child psychotherapist, as the boy feels constant fear.
He's been asking me for almost a year now, "Mom, won't you die? I'm scared."
And then, the terrifying stranger in black started appearing to Natalia's elder son, both in his dreams and in reality.
In his dream, I was tied up with my hands behind my back, my mouth taped with duct tape, and I was in a closet.
I woke up and saw Mom sitting there, and then a woman came. She had very long hair, and Mom was crying. She was scary.
And the woman said, "Watch me kill her."
I woke up and went to the kitchen to drink some water. Then I went to the balcony, and there she was. The same woman. I don't know how she got there so fast.
Soon, other members of Natalia's family also witnessed the spirit's appearances.
The doors would open when there was no draft in the apartment, no one else around. It gets creepy.
I was holding little Vlad when the door slammed shut. I couldn't believe it, and then a woman just walked past me, like she was going to the balcony. She was all black, and her hair was black.
3 months ago, after Natalia found out she was pregnant, the ghost in black began a full-on attack.
She chokes me in my dreams. I can't even talk about it.
Things took a turn for the worse. As Natalia was leaving her apartment to pick up her sons from her mother's, she suddenly felt someone push her in the back. Pregnant, she rolled down more than 10 stairs.
I just fell down from there. I don't know how it happened. I went to the emergency ward as I couldn't stand on my leg, and they put a cast on it. I barely got back home.
Exhausted and scared, Natalia decided to lie down and rest. But as soon as she decided to close her eyes, she saw a massive wardrobe falling on her.
The wardrobe was here. I spread the bed and lay down. And it fell on the bed.
Natalia hardly jumped away at the last moment, but when she looked up, she saw the ghost of the black-haired stranger levitating above her old wardrobe.
I couldn't utter a word. She was so terrifying. She's haunting me. I don't know who she is. I don't know why she came to me.
The young mother lives a modest life, earning money by making embroidered icons and sewing costumes for the local theater. She says she lives an honest life, hasn't dabbled in magic, and all her attempts to get rid of the entity on her own have been futile. In tears, she begs the psychics to save her and her family from the deadly attack of the mysterious woman in black.
I really want them to come and help me.
Natalia's request was answered, and the psychics Kayal Alekparov and Olena Kurilova agreed to help.
Olena, I've been working with Natalia's photo, and my djinns told me something strange. They said when I see similar stars, it will mean we're on the wrong track. I can't make sense of it.
Last night I had a strange dream. You and I were in it. There were some high-rise buildings around and a tree was cut down. And there was a knife between us, covered in blood. Wait. Here it is. Here it is.
Is that the cut-down tree you mentioned?
Suddenly I noticed a gravestone nearby with bright pink flowers on it.
There's no name, surname, or date on the stone. Who was it put for, and what happened at this location?
I see a little girl's body. She's lying on the ground. She's about 8 years old. There's a woman next to her. Her mom. They were murdered.
Does this have anything to do with Natalia, who reached out to the psychics?
To sort it out, we needed to learn at least some information about the crime. Olena, there are locals standing over there. Let's ask them.
Do you live here? Hello. Do you happen to know if there's ever been a murder here?
Yes.
Did it involve a little girl?
Yes, a little girl and her mom, Irina. She lived in the first section of the building, and she and her daughter were coming back after a birthday party.
It turned out that the tragedy occurred in August 2009. In broad daylight, in this quiet neighborhood, a mother and daughter were stabbed. The girl died on the spot, and her mother passed away a few hours later in the hospital. The locals are still shocked by that.
It was so painful and shocking for everyone.
The man who did this appears to be insane.
He's mentally unstable and had been in a psychiatric hospital, but they managed to get him out, under his parents' supervision.
At some point, the young man sneaked out of home, and the local woman and her daughter were unlucky to pass by when it happened.
They were walking dressed in white, and he, with his head out of order, must have taken them for doctors.
But what does Natalia have to do with this?
Olena, my book is telling me some strange things. The child left on the doorstep is alive. And also, Natalia's child has 2 mothers.
Is it possible that one of her children is adopted?
I don't know what to make out of it yet.
We were in for a truly shocking discovery.
Thank you so much for coming.
Look, you are pregnant? Zhan, before we start working, I'd like to give you this amulet. It will be your protection charm.
Natalia, I have a rather strange question. Are both your sons your biological children?
Yes, they are.
Do you mean you never adopted children?
No. If my life turns out well, I'd like to adopt a child. I want to have a daughter.
Natalia, this morning, my djinns told me about a child at a doorstep. You know, back in the day, people would leave their newborns at the doorsteps of wealthy families' homes. Did something like that ever happen to you?
A child at a doorstep? I don't know.
Did your parents live in this apartment before?
Yes.
Did you spend your childhood here?
Yes.
We need to scan your apartment. I hope you don't mind.
Please do.
Natalia enters, but Kayal Alekperov suddenly stops his colleague.
I just had a vision. A crashed car on the road. 3 bodies lie on the road. A dark-haired woman and 2 little boys. And a voice. Someone shouted, "Natalia!"
Natalia has 2 children, 2 boys. Could this be her future?
I don't know.
The concerned psychics make their way to Natalia's apartment.
The box where I keep my ritual items suddenly opened on its own. It's a sign. This is where you first saw the woman in black.
She stood here.
I see her entering your apartment. Let's go inside.
The psychics ask for silence and slowly walk through the entire apartment.
I thought maybe it had something to do with the apartment. Perhaps a child died here. No, there's no dead child here.
Then, why does the ghost in black has been haunting this place?
Who is this woman? Am I related to her? Do I even know her?
Let me try to summon her spirit to understand who she is. She's come. She's here.
What does she want?
She seems to be reaching out to you. I asked the spirit why she was haunting Natalia. And she said Natalia had to give her someone, or she would kill her.
Oh God!
This is terrifying. The mirror tilted by itself in the hallway.
This is impossible. This mirror is very heavy. It stood like this, and it just tilted itself.
Let's get out of here, quick.
What kind of spirit is this? The woman was murdered. She wasn't alone. Here's the card of a child.
But then I turned to the people gathered in front of the building and suddenly saw a woman's spirit next to them. She looked incredibly like the woman who was hunting Natalia. The spirit said, "Where are my children?" There's the spirit of a black-haired woman standing behind you.
Dark hair. Black eyes.
That's my daughter.
Was your daughter murdered?
She died in a car crash.
You also suffered. I see you driving a car. Next to you was this dark-haired woman, and in the back seat were two angels.
My wife and children. Only I survived. Why did God punish me like this?
This man's name is Volodymyr. His wife and two young sons were killed in a horrific car crash. The family was going to the village where the children's grandfather lived when a Jeep suddenly appeared in the oncoming lane. It was impossible to avoid a head-on collision.
I wasn't seriously injured. I only had a scratched nose, but my wife and children died.
I see the man who caused the crash. He's wealthy and successful.
Yes, an influential person, a politician.
It turns out that Volodymyr and his wife's mother were going about their business and happened to see the renowned psychics. Volodymyr says he can't sleep at night because he lost his entire family and his life's purpose due to the man who neglected all safety regulations and drove drunk.
The doctors took a blood test after the accident. His blood alcohol level was through the roof.
We're here to help this woman. Do you know her?
I've never seen you before.
This is Natalia. She's being haunted by the spirit of a dark-haired woman who looks very much like your wife. What was her name, by the way?
Natalia.
Even their names are the same. Hold on, wait. This is the car accident I saw in my vision earlier today before entering the building. I saw a crashed car on the road and someone shouted, "Natalia!" But are these two stories connected?
As soon as we started talking about the woman killed on the road, Natalia suddenly started having trouble breathing.
I couldn't breathe in, no matter what I did.
After a while, the poor woman fortunately started to feel better.
I'm sick. I can't breathe.
Breathe. Hold on to the amulet. The dark-haired woman haunted Natalia's apartment because of a child. And then the spirit of the woman who died in the accident also started talking about children. Wait, she says. Mom, where are my children?
She asked me this. I dreamed that she came and asked, "Where are my children? Why am I here alone without my children?"
If the woman and children died in the same accident, why doesn't she know her children are dead? Why is she looking for them in the world of the living? And what does Natalia have to do with this?
My book says the woman is looking for her sons because she doesn't know they are dead.
They died on the 10th. She was in a coma for a while and then passed away.
It turned out that after the collision, Natalia immediately came to and, without waiting for the ambulance, asked one of the drivers to take her and her husband and children to the hospital.
She entered the hospital on her own, but only then did she slip into a coma.
Volodymyr's wife was taken to the intensive care, and a few minutes later, he was informed that both his sons had died.
People in a coma are stuck between the worlds of the living and the dead. Apparently, the mother didn't know her children were dead. so she was looking for them. My book is telling me that your wife is here to tell us that she can't find her children. However, she has nothing to do with Natalia. We must help your wife cross over and reunite with her children.
I can sense her now. She's here? She says, I love you.
I love her more than anything in the world.
You'll be with me, but don't hurry.
Later, Volodymyr confessed that after losing his family, he indeed thought about suicide more than once.
You are a strong man and you must live on. Leave all thoughts of an early death behind.
You need to let her go. Ask her to go.
Go and be with our kids.
I saw the woman's spirit smile and disappear slowly.
Go, my darling.
But before she left us all together, Natalia told me, I will help you. She said, look for her who ruined the wedding. Who does she mean?
I had a friend, Mariana. She was my bridesmaid. She stuck 2 pins into my door. When I found them, I pulled them out with my bare hands and threw them in the trash.
Natalia says her ex-husband proposed to her just a few months after they started dating. She immediately agreed. She had a wonderful wedding, and soon after found something strange in her apartment.
I saw those pins here. Curved, like this.
Natalia claims there was nothing on the door while she was cleaning her home before the wedding, but after it, she found the horrifying discovery, and the pins were of an unusual shape. The bride was stunned by the find, as no one other than her mother and bridesmaid had been in the room where she was getting ready. Frightened, she immediately called her mother.
Natalia called me and said, Mom, did you put the pins on the door? I said, why would I put pins on the door? She said, there are pins on both sides of the door in the room.
Why did you think your bridesmaid Mariana did this?
I called her and said, I found something at home, but her answer was, are you implying that I put the pins in your door?
Stop. Did you tell her what exactly you'd found and where? Did she know it?
I simply told her I found something at home.
It's indeed strange how the bridesmaid could have known about the pins in the door. And does this have anything to do with the dark-haired woman's spirit?
After that discovery, your husband changed.
He started drinking heavily.
Was he aggressive?
Yes. One day, I simply packed his things and told him to go away.
Natalia says she couldn't understand what had happened to the man who had loved her so much, especially given that he had been trying to win her heart ever since they both were at school.
He was after me since we were 14. Eventually, we got together. We lived here. Everything was perfect. He was simply ideal.
However, the marriage didn't last long, and Natalia thinks the strange find was the reason.
I know that putting pins in a door is done to cause a scandal. If someone is capable of magic with pins, they might also be capable of summoning spirits.
Let's check your bridesmaid. I felt we were about to uncover a secret, but I never imagined it would be connected to a terrible double murder.
Unbelievable investigation continued. A spirit in black attempts to murder a young mother of 2. Don't miss out. What will the living woman seek forgiveness from her for? You are watching Psychic Investigations, a project of exclusively true and impressive stories. People who call themselves clairvoyants investigate intricate criminal cases and incredible paranormal phenomena. The ghost of a dark-haired woman haunts a young mom from western Ukraine.
Black eyes. Very long hair. And she wears a black robe. She's incredibly scary.
The ghost first appeared in Natalia Nedilska's home 2 years ago.
She stood right here, looking at me like this.
Then, the stranger's spirit started appearing both day and night.
There were no drafts. Everything was closed. The door opened all the way here to the wall and then closed. It felt like someone entered the room.
And just as Natalia found out she was pregnant with her third child, the spirit of the woman began a deadly attack. It choked the poor woman and dropped a wardrobe on her.
The wardrobe was here. It fell on the bed.
It even pushed her down the stairs.
I barely got back home.
The young mother is desperate.
I wept and screamed. I'm scared.
Our project's strongest experts, Kayal Alekperov and Olena Kurilova, took up the investigation.
My djinns told me when I see similar stars, it will mean we're on the wrong track.
Olena Kurilova described a dream where she saw herself and Kayal at the scene of a murder, and soon after, the psychics found that very place.
I see a little girl's body. She's lying on the ground. There's a woman next to her. Her mom. They were murdered.
What's frightening is that, according to the psychics, Natalia is somehow connected to this murder. Kayal Alekperov tried to find the connection and was stunned by what he sensed.
My book is telling me the child left at the doorstep is alive. And also, Natalia's child has two mothers.
Natalia assured the psychics that both her sons are her biological children. She never found any babies on her doorstep, and she doesn't understand who the dark-haired woman is.
What does she want from me?
Kayal Alekperov summoned the spirit from the afterlife.
Oh God.
I decided to hurry and get everyone outside.
But outside, the psychics received new information that changed the entire course of the investigation.
Look for her who ruined the wedding. Who does she mean?
I had a friend, Mariana. She was my bridesmaid. She stuck 2 pins into my door. When I found them, I pulled them out with my bare hands and threw them in the trash. I called her and said, Mariana, I found something at home. But her answer was, are you implying that I put the pins in your door?
Wait. Did you tell her what exactly you'd found and where? Did she know it?
She didn't know.
Natalia is certain if Mariana knew where the needles were, it means she put them there herself.
I thought it was possible that the whole story with the bridesmaid was indeed connected to the woman in black.
In search of the reason for the appearance of the mysterious woman in black, the psychics and Natalia head to Mariana's.
Good evening. We'd like to talk to Mariana.
It turns out that this is Mariana's mother. The woman immediately goes inside to call her daughter.
Are you Mariana? My name is Olena Kurilova. This is Kayal Alekperov.
Mariana, you see, after the wedding, Natalia found some strange needles in her door. Do you know anything about it?
No.
But Mariana, I phoned you and told you I'd found something at my place. And you said, are you trying to say I stuck it in your door? We did have that conversation, didn't we?
Mariana, how come you knew about the needles in the door?
Did you stick those needles in the door?
No, I would never do this.
However, the needles in the door were left by a woman's hand. And it was connected to Natalia's ex-husband, Ihor. All right, Mariana, look. Before Ihor and Natalia's wedding, did you have a relationship with him?
No.
But the cards say you did. Did you at least flirt with him?
Well, we joked with each other occasionally, and he could hug or kiss me.
It sounds too intimate to be just flirting.
Could Mariana, due to her affection for Natalia's ex-husband, have resorted to magic?
Please put your hand down. I want to check what I sense. For some reason, I kept seeing a pattern of certain stars. It's like a symbol that connects you both.
I have this tattoo.
And you, Natalia, also have it, right?
Yes.
According to what I sensed, Mariana was imitating Natalia. Did you want to be like her? To be as bright as her?
Maybe a little. It's life, you know.
When I see similar stars, it means we're on the wrong track. Mariana, it's not your fault that the ghost in black has been haunting Natalia. And according to my senses, you learned about the needles in the door from your mother, as she is friends with Natalia's mother.
But who then is responsible for the strange charm of the pins that Natalia found after the wedding?
It was done by a woman who wanted their marriage to break down. And it worked. I think you both should finally reconcile.
Please forgive me if you can.
I immediately felt better.
The psychics and Natalia come back to the van.
The dark woman from the afterlife is following you because of a child. Who are you?
My djinns say she's a mother who's seeking revenge on Natalia for her child.
It's my first fiancé's mother.
It turned out that when Natalia was 19, she became pregnant by a boy named Nazar, whom she had been dating for several years. The couple decided to get married, but on the eve of the wedding, Natalia canceled the ceremony.
I had very serious health problems. It was really bad. I gained a lot of weight and spent 9 months in the hospital.
And your fiancé?
He found a new girlfriend, and I hated him for that.
Natalia says she almost lost her son due to the stress she experienced, but thanks to the support of her friends and family, she overcame the pain.
We were supposed to get married, but we canceled the wedding, and I stopped communicating with him.
But I couldn't understand why Nazar's mother would seek revenge on Natalia. Then the djinns told me, it's all about a hit job.
Suddenly, Natalia started telling a story about her first fiancé, Nazar, and it shocked everyone.
He approached my friend and said, "There's a girl named Natalia who lives not far from yours. I want you to hit her, so she has a miscarriage."
It's not a man, but a demon.
Witnesses to this conversation were a group of local men who have known Natalia since she was little.
They beat him up because of me and said, "If you so much as touch her or come within 500 meters of her, the baby will cripple you." And he reported them to the police.
In the report, the man claimed that Natalia had ordered his murder and her friends were the intended perpetrators.
I was in the hospital at the time. A policeman called me and told me to come to the station. I said, "I can't, I'm at the hospital," but he insisted I should come.
So Natalia still went to the station, but after talking to the police officers, no charges were brought against her, and the case was closed due to a lack of evidence.
But I felt that after the incident, a woman decided to get rid of Natalia once and for all. I see her, but I can't make out her face. She's standing with her back to me. She has a handkerchief in her hands, and she's scattering earth by the door of the apartment where you live.
I found the earth by my door twice.
I sensed the earth was from a cemetery.
Could it be that the earth from the cemetery has bound the murderous spirit to Natalia?
From what I sensed, the woman who scattered earth by the door of Natalia's apartment was connected to the man Natalia planned to marry.
It turned out that the girl Nazar met soon became his wife. And every time she saw Natalia, she would happily show off her wedding ring to her.
She would say, "Oh, look, I have the ring." I said, "So what? Godspeed you." And when I was already far away with Vlad, she wished me to die. And then, when I already knew about the earth, I went to her and said, "Katya, did you put the earth under my door?" But she answered it wasn't her, but her mother-in-law.
This is how she gave the other woman away.
A shocking revelation. Could Nazar's mother be behind everything that is happening to Natalia?
We simply had no other option but to check the woman.
Half an hour later, the psychics are at the place where the mother of Natalia's ex-fiancé lives.
Who's there?
Natalia.
I'm Elena Kurilova, a psychic. This is Kayal Alekperov.
I know.
What's your name?
Elena.
We saw that someone brought cemetery earth to Natalia's doorstep. And it turned out it was supposedly you.
No.
I went to see your Katya, and I asked her, "Did you put the earth under my door?" And she said, "No, my mother-in-law did it."
Your daughter-in-law gave you away. The woman was clearly at a loss for words. Have you ever used the service of witches or fortune tellers?
I have once, but I did it for myself.
What I sensed clearly indicated that the cemetery earth was the work of a fortune teller. Someone who was paid to put a curse on someone to death.
I swear, I don't even know where you live.
That's easily checked. Draw a card. Just one. You clearly disliked her.
I did.
But I couldn't understand the reason for such animosity towards Natalia. Did you think the baby wasn't from your son?
Yes.
It turned out that after the birth of Natalia's eldest son, his grandmother had never come to see him.
The child is from your son. You can have a DNA test if you like.
I don't need it.
You seem to be afraid that they will ask you for money for the child.
I can't say it. I don't know.
Look, I don't need anything from you.
Give me your hand, please. I feel you didn't do the curse on Natalia.
I swear. I didn't go anywhere or put anything under her door.
It was done by a woman you know well. She's younger than you and is somehow connected to your son. It might be your daughter-in-law or a girl he had a relationship with on the side.
I don't know.
Tell me, please, where's your son now?
I don't see him.
I sensed that the mother and son didn't communicate because of his alcohol problems. But I didn't want to interfere with that as we came to help Natalia's family. We need to go back to Natalia's apartment and work on the spot where the earth was scattered.
A few minutes later, the psychics are climbing the stairs to Natalia's apartment.
Indeed, there was cemetery earth at this spot which bound a spirit to you. However, it wasn't taken from the grave of the woman you see, but from that of a child, a girl. She's fair-haired, around 7 or 8 years old. Have you, Natalia, seen her?
I had dreams of a girl. She has long hair, and she's blonde.
Do you know her?
No.
However, I had a strong feeling that there was still some connection between them. Perhaps even a blood connection.
This is astonishing. But who is that girl, and what happened to her?
I see her clutching her throat.
Yes, I asked her, "What's your name?" But she didn't answer and showed me this.
I feel that it's because her throat has been slashed with a knife. This little girl was brutally murdered.
But why do I see the woman in black?
Let us work in your home once more. At that moment, I had a vision of the woman in black when she was alive. She was walking down a sunny street, smiling and holding the girl's hand. It was the same spirit whose energy I felt at the apartment's door. The girl was talking to the woman and calling her Mom. The girl, the earth from whose grave was used against you, is the daughter of the black-haired woman. The woman's spirit is haunting you because of her daughter.
They were both murdered at the same time, next to you, around here. Who did it? Say it. A man with a knife. He's insane.
Remember, we were at the scene of a mother and daughter's murder this morning.
I see a little girl's body. She's lying on the ground. Her mother is next to her.
The spirits haunting Natalia are of the other woman and her daughter. But they too were brutally murdered many years ago, not far from the place where we were. Suddenly I had a vision of the black-haired woman. A room, a New Year's tree. They were setting the table together. Then a man burst into the house. He had a knife and he killed both the mother and the daughter. The spirits of the mother and daughter rested on the other side until someone decided to hire a fortune teller to curse you. They went to the girl's grave.
Someone went there, took some earth, performed a ritual, and brought it to you to kill you and your children.
The only thing that surprises me is that the fortune teller chose the grave randomly. But working with you, I feel that you and the girl are connected by something more significant than this curse. It felt like they were related.
But I couldn't understand why then. Neither I nor Kayal never sensed the presence of that girl. Why did we only see the enraged spirit of her mother, but not her?
I don't know how to explain it, but I have a feeling that this girl is still alive.
The girl's spirit is here.
Could it be inside me?
Yes.
Gosh, it's sickening.
This is unbelievable. Is this really true?
The spirit of the murdered girl has reincarnated into Natalia's child she was carrying. However, there was a feeling that she herself had offered the dead girl to do this. All because of your words. It appears you yourself told her you'd be a new mom for her.
She appeared in my dreams. I stood and said, "Let's be mother and daughter. I want to have a daughter so much. Be my daughter."
Because of the curse, the girl's spirit was supposed to kill Natalia. However, the child didn't want to do it and appeared in her dreams every night to explain everything. Your words gave her a chance to be saved.
This is the first time we've encountered something like this in the entire history of the project.
The girl appeared in your dreams only until you offered to become your daughter. And then...
she ceased coming.
Exactly. You truly can become her mother. At that moment, I understood what my book had been telling me since the beginning of the investigation. The child left on the doorstep is alive. Natalia's child has two mothers. The spirit of the murdered mother keeps coming because she feels her daughter's energy in this home, but she doesn't see her. She thinks you stole her. That's why she's been attacking you.
Of course, every mother, whether alive or in the afterlife, will do everything to get her child back. But we had to save Natalia from the attacks and constant presence of the ghost. You can only negotiate with her.
I know what I need to tell her.
Kayal Alekperov begins the ritual of opening a portal, while Olena Kurilova summons the spirit of the woman.
Please forgive those who did you wrong. I didn't want anything bad to happen to your child. I wanted to have a daughter so much. She appeared to me in my dreams. I didn't know who she was. I didn't mean to take her from you. I promise she will be with me. I will love her. I will love her and protect her. Forgive me if I did anything wrong to you. Please, let her be with me. Don't take her away.
After these words, the woman's spirit wept. She understood she couldn't take her daughter back. But she felt that her child would be in safe hands and with a loving mother.
Natalia, the spirit believes you. This woman will no longer bother you. And she also promised that you and all your children will be under her protection.
I'm so grateful for your help.
A few months after the investigation, we decided to contact Natalia to find out how her life had changed.
Thank God everything is fine now. We don't see anything strange anymore. I'm happy Kayal and Olena came to help me. They really helped me a lot.
And the most amazing thing is that the last ultrasound showed that Natalia is indeed pregnant with a girl.
I'll finally have a daughter. I've already bought a stroller. Her name will be Amelia.